For this tutorial, I'm going to be doing the skin slightly differently. Recently, I've really gotten into wearing coconut oil underneath my foundation, especially with some of the heavier BB creams. Normally I use the Skin 79 one, but today I'm going to be using one which is a little bit thicker. And I find that coconut oil just makes the finish look so much better. So I'm going to be applying that all over my face first, but I'll be avoiding the eye area and just circling around it. Then I'm going to be taking the BB cream and just placing it anywhere that I need it, so down the centre of the nose, underneath the nose, along the cheeks, and then down along the jaw, and then blending it together. To bring it up just around the eyes and gently dab it around just so that it isn't too heavy. I'm not fond of heavy foundation around my eyes, or concealer for that matter, so I just want to dab it around the eyes and then blend it into the jawline so that it connects with my neck and there isn't a line. Just so that I don't look like an oil bucket, I'm going to be applying powder next, and I'll be using HD powder, and you can see the difference from that side of my face to this one. It should still be glowy, but it shouldn't look oily. So I'll take the powder, and I'm going to apply that all over my face, including underneath the eyes as well. Next I'm going to contour just a little bit, and I'll be using a large fan brush for this, but if you don't have a fan brush you can use a blush brush if that's what you have. But I like fan brushes just because they make contouring a little bit easier to do. I'm going to highlight just a tiny bit for this look. I'm not going to be using a yellow or a pink or even a very pale ivory colour. I want to use a blue one just because it gives the skin quite an unusual finish, and I'm also going to be applying it on a cupid's bow, so you're going to need to pull a bit of a fish face for this and then get just the arches at the top of your lip, and then whatever's left on the brush I'm going to apply that right on the top of the chin. Of course, the next thing you need to do is primer, and I'm going to put that over both lids and blend it out. I'll be using two different black eyeshadows for this look, one from MUA which I'll be using for my eyebrows, and one for Sugarpill which I'll be using for everything else. I'll be filling in my brows with the MUA shade. First thing we're going to start off with on the eyes is a very pale shimmery white, and I'm going to start that off right on the very centre of my lid and then bringing it up right onto the arch underneath my brow. I'll be applying this with my fingers so I can really pack the colour on, but if you prefer to use a brush then go ahead and use that. And then I'm going to bring that same colour right from the arch underneath the brow, around in a C shape to catch the very highlighted part of the top of my cheekbones. Next, with a C-shaped brush, I'm just going to start packing the colour in at the very corner of the eye and then bringing it into the crease. And then at the inner corner of the eye, we're going to bring that up into the brows. With a small blending brush, I'm going to bring the purple down onto the lower lashes, and then I'm also going to take a little bit of the black from the same palette and pack that onto the very outer corner, but almost as if you're doing a messy winged eyeliner. We're not going to layer it in a particular way, just very rough in a line leading out from the lashes, and then blend it together with the purple. Lastly, with the green, what you want to do is you want to look straight up into a mirror, and this makes it a lot easier to get that colour right underneath the lashes. I'm going to line that Then I'm going to make it a little bit messy, like an upside down triangle. We're going to bring the colour down right from the centre of the eye and blend it out. With the same flat brush, I'm also going to bring that along the upper lash line and just keep it as close to the lashes as possible. For drawing the cracks around the eye, I'm going to be using a black eyeliner, and you don't really have to be too specific about this. Just try and imagine you're drawing a crack in a mirror, and the worse it looks, the better, in a weird kind of way. If you think it looks messy, don't worry, that's actually good. It's meant to look very broken up and crazy, so just let your hand do the work, don't think about it too much. And then once you've drawn the basic shape, try and neaten it out with a little bit of an eyeshadow and a neat nail art brush. Right next to the edges, I'm going to use a concealer, but you can use whatever kind of concealer you want, and if you don't have a concealer which is slightly paler than your own skin tone, then you can also use a white eyeliner. That will work just as well. With whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to run that down from the corner of the eye, almost to make it look a little bit like the makeup started to drip and melt and started to slide down her face a little bit. Right next to the cracks, I'm going to put a little bit of silver glitter liner, but if you don't have glitter liner, another thing you can do is use a loose pigment as well. That would work as well. And then I'm just going to go over the cracks with a liquid liner just to make sure that they're really intense and dark. And for the last few things I have to do is apply false lashes, and I'm going to apply that on the very top of the lash. And then underneath I'm going to apply these. Now, they're time consuming and a little tricky to apply. You kind of have to hold them with two tweezers on either side and then tilt your head backwards so that you can apply them. Once I've done that, I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and just work that into the lashes to hide the lash line. Now, one thing I normally do is I always apply my contact lenses beforehand, but because these make it a little bit hard to see, well, you can't see anything detailed, and for this look I needed to be able to see anything detailed. So I applied it last, but if you do this, be very careful it goes straight onto the eye and that you don't get makeup on it. Finally, I'm going to finish off with an OCC lip tile, which is a little bit darker than my own lip colour. And that's it. You're done.